Hey folks, this is another thing I found in that same box I had mentioned in a prior video of various newspaper clippings and other things. I thought it was interesting with this map. So this is from the Oakland Tribune, October 6th, 1940. And a couple of my favorite ASMR channels are folks that do maps, which I really love. I have no idea what I'm doing, so I'm not going to try to compete with them or anything. But ASMR Geographica, I think I have that right. I'll make sure I reference them in the notes or description, and of course Millage ASMR. Those are two of my favorite channels, and I listen to those a lot, and they're really great. So again, but I don't know what I'm doing with this map, but I thought it was really interesting. You know, it kind of captures a moment in time. So in 1940, the Japanese have not yet invaded, or I should say attacked Pearl Harbor, so the United States has not yet entered into the war, but obviously it's on the minds of Americans, or we wouldn't have a newspaper map like this, all in sort of the context of wartime. Obviously war is already underway. France and Britain have declared war on Germany at this point. And the United States, FDR, is kind of, I don't know if I'd call it secretly, but he's definitely supporting the war a lot, supporting Great Britain a lot, and going above and beyond what he's sort of approved to do by Congress at this time. And he was kind of anxious to get in the war. But the United States population was not keen on it. There was a lot of separatism and isolationism, kind of thinking that's not our fight. So, but clearly it was on the minds of Americans to have this map put together. So what you have here is countries displayed with this legend that shows their alignment with the Axis powers. And Great Britain at this time is what's the other side. It's not yet called the Allies at this time. So we've got Axis powers, which they show as, you can see, as Germany, Ethiopia, Libya, and Japan, and where Japan is now occupying parts of Asia beyond the island. And then they show areas that are friendly or dominated by Axis, like Western Africa, French West Africa, Algeria. And then you have countries that are friendly to Great Britain, which is shown as Turkey, Iraq, Persia. Interesting, it was still referred to as Persia on this map, which would be Iran now. And it shows China as being friendly to Great Britain. And it shows the naval tonnage, military manpower, and warplanes for Japan, Russia, Italy, Germany, Great Britain, USA, and Central and South America. So, by these numbers, Great Britain actually has the largest tonnage of warships, naval tonnage. And so they dominated the seas at this time. Japan and the U.S. are about the same. The U.S. is slightly higher than Japan in terms of naval tonnage. And then you have Italy, Germany. Germany is about a third of the U.S. and about a quarter, even less, of Great Britain. And then you also show in this map places that were still, they're listed simply as Great Britain on this, in this legend. So that includes Australia, Canada, South Africa, Sudan. And this lists Mexico and South America as friendly or dominated by the Axis powers. Interesting. In America, USA as the Pan-American bloc. But so that's kind of a snapshot of what was being described to Americans in October 1940. A little over a year later, as we know, Japan would attack Pearl Harbor, and that would bring the United States into World War II. But I thought that was just an interesting map. An interesting snapshot of what the world looked like. I guess in this map, Russia is shown as friendly to Axis powers. That's interesting. Actually, maybe I'm misreading the South America and Mexico. Maybe that's all part of the Pan-American bloc. It probably is. They have these two shadings that are quite similar. One is just got smaller dots or a smaller pattern, and one is a larger pattern. So yeah, I think South America and Mexico are listed as Pan-American, not friendly to the Axis powers. I think I misread that. Then it shows circles, they were saying where Britain would face a possible winter campaign. Of course, on the coast of England, of course. They also show Algeria and Spain. And then they show Egypt as another place where Britain may face a winter campaign. I think at this point the Battle of Britain has already happened. That happened in the summer of 1940. And so now it's a different stage of the war. And so there was no invasion. Germany did not complete their invasion plans, and they did not wipe out Britain as the Luftwaffe had sort of promised Hitler. That didn't happen. But that they continued to bomb. The country after that, of course. Mostly night bombing. It'd be terrifying. Oh, and they also show a circle down here in some areas, Singapore, Malaysia, where Great Britain may have a winter campaign too. Well, I thought this map was just kind of an interesting snapshot of what the world was thinking at this time. Would have been a stressful time, I imagine. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little display of this map. You may have some other factoids you'd like to give in the comments about what we might be looking at here and how this went. But thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video. Take care. Good night.